Navy is tomorrow, and a couple of the Horse Soldier Bourbon guys have stopped by this morning, and they brought a banner. And Wiggy and Courtney it's taken 8 minutes to try to hang a banner in this studio, Courtney. Not you probably have Santo do all that stuff at home.
Yes, I do. But I was standing on a stool, tried to do my best, but Wiggy handled it very nicely. Good job.
Well, Steve and Will are here. Hey, guys.
Hey.
Good morning. Thanks for coming by. Excited about the game?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Go Army.
Every year.
Go Army. Go Army.
Beat Navy.
So we heard a little bit about the Bourbon story a week or so ago, but we didn't get the full breakdown on what made you guys decide to create Horse Soldier Bourbon. So I don't know who wants to.
All right, yeah.
wants to share that.
So kind of start the story in the middle.
Yeah.
We Scott Neal, our president, John Coco, our CEO, were John was mentoring Scott on an entrepreneurial startup. They horseback rode and backpacked all the way across Yellowstone trying to come up with this idea. When they came out of the park, they really had no idea what they were going to do. The brainstorming didn't work. They went into a little mom and pop vodka distillery. Their zeal, their excitement for their profession and their craft ignited a fire with Scott and John. So they said, okay, from Montana all the way back to Florida, we're going to hit every distillery we can. And then that was the genesis of Horse Soldier Bourbon.
Scott was in here and told us a little bit about it, but I was just assuming that it was because you guys drank so much bourbon when you were horse soldiers. So.
Drank so much, but there's not a lot of bourbon in the Middle East. So,
Dirty water, but not brown water.
It's bourbon because that's the American spirit.
And Scott really upset Wiggy when he said that the movie is actually nothing like the story of your guys' lives.
It's a good hard low C, I think.
Really?
Wow.
Timeline looked good. They didn't talk to us, so no hard feelings. But it was the tactical things and the dramas that were so inaccurate for us as professional soldiers, or you as a professional football player. If somebody comes back and makes a movie and you're like, that is not how it goes, that's kind of how it was for us. But it was a cool movie, all the same.
Yeah, I had always been under the impression, like, anytime you see movies, and I remember seeing with obviously Chris Hemsworth and it's Michael Shannon, and anytime they say based on true stories, you just think they got the people to consult, and then you're like, oh, because in the movie, it's been a while since I've seen it, but it almost made it seem like they met at this village and they said, oh, get on horses. And everybody was like, we don't know how to ride horses. And that's kind of how they introduced that element of the horse soldier into the movie.
That part is dead on.
Pretty close.
I mean, we had no idea that we were riding horses. We would have trained. We would have done things. So that was accurate. The general gist was good.
I don't know enough about riding horses.
Yes, I still don't.
Did it take you a long time to pick it up, or you never actually
don't really get a long time? You just get on and you're going.
The horse is going where he wants to go.
Yeah.
And he'll tend to follow the other horses, whoever leads. So Mark, being the only horse rider, gets on a horse and the rest of the horse follows.
And then you guys hang on for dear life.
So, and actually we were only on the ground for a couple hours when General Dalston rode up. And it's like, hey, you three are going here. We'll see you later. See you in 3 weeks. And then I got seen, actually 3 weeks, I think it was almost to the day, is when the next time I saw this guy right here. But I had to hear them in firefights the whole time we were there, listening to that on the radio, and they were, 25 clicks away from us, kilometers away from us. And you can't do anything to help your brother.
Well, that's crazy.
Tough.
It was also so impressive the last time we were talking about this is what you face while there and everything you go through while there, and then you come home and you just kind of resume normal life.
Yeah.
And that back and forth of
job.
balancing.
That's the job. That's what we're supposed to do.
It's the job.
Unbelievable.
My wife had no clue what happened until she saw the premiere sitting next to me in New York.
Wow.
And she looked at me and got to give me a, what in the...
Yeah. And nobody knows, you don't walk around telling people about it. So we had neighbors that we knew for years that were like, You never told us that?
Why didn't you tell me?
You haven't shared any stories that you did 18 years ago. You know, what's been going on?
My family was mad at me, absolutely.
You guys have some stuff going on while you're in town for the game.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I want to give you a chance to talk about that. You're going to be out and about, and people can come and try the bourbon. I actually went. Our guy Foyer was with you guys last night. We were at Smith and Walensky's and tried the bourbon. Is extraordinary. So great job. But you're going to be out and about and hanging out game time tomorrow.
That's right. Yeah, we'll be in block 52A. We're putting on a huge. Well, we're going with Johnny Mac, and we're putting on a big tailgating party. Hundreds and hundreds of people. So if you can come, please come join us. Have fun there.
Okay.
We'll be at the game. We'll be raising a little cane for the Army side and pouring a lot of bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good.
Freezing our butts off.
Myself and Mike will be out at Table and Wine out in West Springfield. Looking forward to that. It's supposed to be a fantastic event.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little ways away.
Is that today?
That is tonight from 6 to 8.
Tonight from 6 to 8. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, great.
And we'll be at Yankee Starbridge from
Yankees,
2 to 4.
Yankee Spirits in Sturbridge?
Is that what it is? Yankee Starbridge?
Yankee Spirits in Sturbridge, right, from 2 to 4. Excellent. Great.
Yeah, cool. Thanks.
And then what, I mean, I think I know the answer to this, but is the game more important, or is it the opportunity to see everybody that you guys know from serving with them when it comes to this game? It's unbelievable that Jonathan Kraft was talking about the interest in tickets more than it was for an AFC playoff game or for Taylor Swift.
Right.
Even. No offense, Courtney. But
None taken.
The game is just the best reason for us all to get together. And so there's going to be, thousands of vets there, Army and Navy, and it's a head-to-head competition, but in the end, we're all brothers and sisters,
right.
So we're happy to see each other. It's an opportunity to fellowship and get together.
I thought you guys all got together and made fun of the Air Force.
Well, we do.
Oh, you did? Okay.
My wife's active duty Air Force, and I get beat up every day, so I have to dish out.
I have a question about when it relates to all the special forces, whether it's the SEAL team or the Army or the Green Beret or everybody else. What's the pecking order of those of the elite of the elite?
Well, it's like different goods,
different
jobs. Apples and oranges.
Well, see, but I guess what Curtis is saying, I want to piggyback off, like in sports, right? As a former professional football player, we're always like, football players, we're the toughest out there.
Right.
Hockey players will be like, we're the toughest. And, or basketball, they'll be like, it's much harder to do this. And I guess, Curtis, is that kind of like what you're saying?
Right. And how do you guys view the others, and what were your specialties within the within your unit? Why were you guys where you were when you were there?
I was in the Army Rangers.
Okay.
So Rangers are a strategic asset, shock and awe.
Mm-hmm.
They don't do defense. We just do nothing but offense. However, now that I graduated...
That's the opposite of the Patriots.
Yeah, well...
Mac Jones, not a Ranger.
Yeah. and in Green Berets... Totally
different tool for a different job, right? Green Berets, older, more mature, a lot more training. And so we can go from blowing doors up and killing bad guys in a house, on an airplane, on a train. We can also do long strategic recons, things like that. But it's a different tool. Then you have SEALs. Mm-hmm. SEALs are more aligned with that Ranger mentality, or at least had been historically. Shock and awe,
Right.
Violence of action, really good guys, super fit, super athletic. They're combat athletes.
Right.
We also are combat athletes,
right.
but then we bring that surgical maturity, language, cultural awareness into our game that sets us apart and puts us in that unconventional warfare dynamic.
So it almost seems like Rangers are defensive players.
No.
Where
they're angry offensive players.
They're offense.
But like with
18 to 25 years old on average.
Right, shock and all. Like in the world of professional sports, we always say the defense guys they just go hit anything that moves.
Right.
In that
we
aspect,
like that.
correct.
Yeah. Where
we like to hit.
Yeah, where the defensive guys go hit anything move. Where an offensive player is more strategic. It's more about knowing where
pick your plays.
Yes.
Yeah. Go to your high percentage position, your
Yeah.
spots, your 1, 2, and 3.
Defense,
Absolutely.
find ball, see ball,
Right.
go kill ball.
So
Yeah.
while
We might build a church. We might blow up a church. We might do medical things. We might do, like you said, we might do a recon, and it might go directly into a direct action mission. We could be. We were what they were given. They gave us a year to accomplish this mission. That's what the timetable they were expecting, with an 80% loss of our 12-man team.
With 80% loss, that's what they told you?
Yes.
Yeah.
We had a $100,000 bounty on our bodies and $50,000 on our uniforms.
I tried to cash it in on 3 of the guys on the team.
You guys, thank you
No
so much.
pay.
Thank you for your
I had to see the money up front.
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you so much for your service.
Yes, thank you.
It's America's bourbon.
If I
It's-
may,
Yep.
before you guys get out of here, I need to ask a favor.
Yes.
Greg Hill last night went to a shooting range.
Sure,
And
can
I
you
was
please
curious.
Yes.
Brian
We
can
need
post
this.
the,
Leave me alone.
the video on Twitch, which you should be able to see to your left.
These guys
if
are
you
all on
could-
me. What
if
do you want to
could
grade? What, a
grade
letter?
them? Grade him like I don't know, 1 to 10. Let's say his performance. Our Twitch guy is currently trying to get
Brian,
it up for you.
10's the best.
Brian,
10
Yes.
being the best, 1 being the worst.
Okay.
Wiggy gave him like a -5
Yeah,
earlier
the way
this
he
morning.
holds the gun.
Well, I'm not.
Did you caress it?
I'm.
Did you-
I mean, it was an MP5.
There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah. Oh, okay.
And
Fantastic.
I was a little nervous.
you
I mean,
looked
I'm
like
not
a
gonna
French
lie.
army
I'm
man.
not,
Suppressed
I'm
or
not-
just-
I don't know if Brian is.
Yeah, here he comes. It's coming up right about now.
All right, Brian's going to
Excited
show
to
you.
see this
and
now.
You're going to be able
This
to.
better be
You're
good.
going to be able to see it.
Of course,
Oh.
we've got the window right.
Okay,
Yep.
see the way.
Stance.
Okay, yeah.
How's the stance? Not good on the stance.
Yeah.
All right. What about? How about the grip? I mean, I have a strong grip.
Yeah, I mean,
Elbow
you
out
are
there.
using your hands, so that's a great place to start.
See your elbow? That's
Yeah.
called-
What, my elbow?
That's a bullet catcher.
Oh, so the elbow. That's a bullet catcher. The
Yes.
elbow.
Small
Okay.
Tuck that in.
Okay. So the
Always.
elbow needs to be in. All
Are
right.
you,
I
are
can
you
do that.
shooting yet?
Did you bring your chest to that shooting range? It's like your whole.
All right. So I got the guy telling me we're going to go 2 shots semi-automatic, just to get
Okay,
the
yeah.
feel of it, and then I'm going to flip the little lever. And go fully automatic.
Yeah.
On
Oh, there you go.
See, there
Some
I'm going
blowback.
fully
Yeah.
automatic with the.
Looks like Al Qaeda's salivating.
Have you seen the videos where they shoot the
I
gun?
think if we just focus on the hearing protection, the earmuffs you have on, perfect. I mean, everything about that was dead
10-gallon
on.
earmuffs.
I mean, you guys go out in the field with those big
No.
ear.
No.
Yeah, no, I
You
don't
just
think
come
so.
back with
Right?
a ring.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Our hearing protection is tinnitus now.
That's right.
Well, you guys are unbelievable. It's America's bourbon. It's Horse Soldier. You can find
right.
it favorite package store. Ask for it favorite restaurant, and we'll see you guys. We'll be out there today all day, so we'll hopefully see you guys later. And thanks for coming by.
All right.
And-
Thanks for your
having us.
service.
Thank
too.
you, guys.
Thank you for
All
having
right.
us.
Thank you.
And
All right.
go Army.
Beat
Go
Navy.
Army.
All right,
Beat
go
Navy.
Army. All right, there you go. Thanks, guys.